Hi guys, I have got a big unboxing here. But first, yeah, you guys have been getting weekly videos. I kind of got ahead a little bit. So I'm going to start off. You may have noticed probably about a month-ish ago that I am kind of working on doing a rebranding for my channel. Instead of being My Reality with Nicole, I'm kind of pivoting. The new name, if you haven't noticed already, is Meet Me at the Dollhouse, because the dollhouse behind us. When I first started my channel, I was kind of, I wanted a doll channel, but I wanted it to include my family and my kids and everything. So there are a few earlier videos that did involve my kids and have my kids in them. But as time went on, I learned like the realities of family vlogging, because I wanted it to be a doll channel, but I was like, maybe could I turn it into like a family vlog channel? And it just seemed really cumbersome in my opinion after watching a bunch of family vlog channels. And then I just kind of pivoted away from it, and it was like, okay, this is going to be more about me and updates on my life. Like when I was going through my weight loss journey, I had that whole section of the Be Strong, and now it's pretty much mostly just dolls, unboxings, box openings. I do like, in the last couple years, I really haven't done many outings with my dolls. I don't have the energy, if I'm going to be brutally honest. So some things with my health, we're working on diagnosing autoimmune stuff, and any of you out there with autoimmune issues or chronic illnesses know of the spoon theory, that like we wake up every day with so many spoons, and taking a shower is X amount of spoons, getting dressed is X amount of spoons. Some days it can be 1 spoon, some days it can be 5. I mean, it varies by the day. And taking a doll out just to take a doll out to go shopping, right now, it is just too much energy. Like, honestly, some days just trying to go to Walmart to pick up something that I need to get. Like the other day, I had to go pick up some pictures I had printed. And it was like just putting forth the mental energy to go to Walmart to pick up the pictures I needed to pick up. And I literally just walked in, walked back to electronics, said, I have pictures I needed to pick up. I prepaid for them. They handed them to me. My son was with. He had some money he wanted to spend, so we looked around a little bit. He found something he wanted. We went and paid for it and left. Like, we were in there less than 20 minutes. And like, we came home and it was like I had just ran a marathon. It was just one of those days that just the bare minimum was all I could exert. And so I just haven't had the energy to want to take a doll out. Now, say for instance, I had some close doll friends that maybe wanted to do an outing or meet like at the outlet mall. That would be something pre-planned. I could try to conserve some of my energy, like leading up to it. Like, okay, Thursday, Janie and I are going to meet at the outlet mall to go shopping and do a reborn outing. Okay, so that's on Thursday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm going to lay low, just kind of conserve energy at home to like exert it all on Thursday. Something like that, if that makes sense. But unfortunately, last I saw of Tracy, who was the only local Dolly friend that I had, she's still not doing the best health-wise, so she barely has the energy to make videos at home, let alone go shopping at the outlet mall for dolls. As well as like my shopping impulses have decreased greatly. Some people that have been here, sorry guys, I'm getting hot, that may have been here for a while may have noticed that. Like, I used to go to the thrift stores. First of all, my favorite thrift store closed a few years ago. So I'll literally there's like there's one thrift store in my town, actual thrift store, and that's Goodwill, and I usually don't shop there all that often. I maybe go there once a month, if that. And there's another Goodwill in the town connected to us, and they have one other thrift store, which I do try to frequent that thrift store, but they have weird hours, so kind of if I'm having a good day and I might want to just venture out to see what they have, I'll go see. Or if I'm in that area. And then we do have a couple consignment stores. One of them I really love, the other one not so much. The other one, like, as a consignment store, like, when I've gone in, their prices are way too high for used items. Like, I saw a Carter's, it's just a onesie and pant set, and they had it for $12. And I'm thinking, this is Carter's. Yes, I know inflation, blah, blah, blah. And I have not been at Carter's, the store, recently, but for a used Carter set, $12, just, I can't justify that. For that, I can probably go to Carter's, find a good sale, and get it cheaper. So I don't even go to that consignment store. The other one, I do find stuff from time to time there, but honestly, like, the last 2 years, just Reborns have not been my primary focus. Like, even American Girl stuff, like, my husband made the comment, he's like, you know, I've noticed that you don't ask for as much, or you just aren't buying as much, and it's true. Since I've been on, I am on Manjaro, the diet shots, and I'm not on it for diet reasons. I am type 2 diabetic, and I was put on it for type 2 diabetes. Did I lose weight on it? Yes, but for my type 2 diabetes, this is the medication that my type 2 diabetes has been the best controlled out of every medication we have tried in my life. And that is multiple medications, including one that caused pancreatitis for me. So I'm on that, and I will probably be on that or something similar for the rest of my life, just because it keeps my diabetes so well in control. But another 2 side effects of it is it helps kind of curb pain for the autoimmune. I noticed that, because we did end up lowering my dose at one point, and I had pain before I started. As I went up in doses, the pain started decreasing the higher I was on. And then when we dropped down one, I noticed some breakthrough pain started coming back. Like, not before baseline, but it was more noticeable than when I was on the higher dose. So it's helped with autoimmune pain. Now, it doesn't help with the autoimmune fatigue and brain fog and stuff like that, but it does help with the pain. As well as, and I've heard other people say it, it's helped their ADHD and impulse control. And my husband noticed that, was like the first to notice that. Like, he's like, you can go into a store without spending stuff. Like, before, I would walk into like Costco and I would fill the cart full of crap I did not need. And I would be insistent I had to have it because I needed that dopamine hit at that moment. Now, I go into Costco, I have a list of stuff I'm going to get. Are there times I get stuff that isn't on the list? Yeah, usually it's, they have a sample of some, what was it the one time? They had a sample of some ramen, and my kids tried it. They loved it. Now it's on our list now, but they tried the sample and my kids loved it. There are other times that, like, we walk in and it's something that we like. I'm just going to use Cheez-Its, for instance, and the Cheez-Its are on sale. Well, Cheez-Its weren't necessarily on my list to get at Costco that day, but they are on sale, and I know my kids will eat them. So I add the Cheez-Its. But, like, things like, there was one day we were there, and I found a rug, of all things, like, just a little outdoor rug. Thought it was super cute. put it in the buggy, walked around the store, and just before we got to the checkout, I looked at my husband, I'm like, I don't need this. And he goes, what? And I go, I'm gonna go put it back. Like, and at this point, he's like, we're about to get in line to pay. I'm like, can you go put it back, please? And he's like, seriously? And I go, yeah. I go, I don't need it. So, and that was the only thing I put in the cart that wasn't on our list, was this rug that was like $7. And so I just like, the channel has become less about me, aside from what I just shared, and more about the dolls, specifically American Girl dolls, especially since we moved into this house where I'm able to have the room, I'm able to have the dollhouse set up. I've got room to display the dolls. Like, literally, when we moved into this house, I had, how many? I had those two. I had most of the historicals over there, and I had a few of the Girl of the Years, and I think I had like maybe 4 or 5 Truly Me's. And it's blossomed into this, like how many I have now, as well as my daughter's doll. Like, this is my daughter's doll, and then we've got my daughter's dolls displayed on the shelf in front of me. So that being said, it's more turned into this, I've decided to call it Meet Me at the Dollhouse, because I've also had people, first of all, when you search My Reality with Nicole, it would always come up, what was her name? I can see her face. She was on MTV on Jersey Shore. Her first name is actually Nicole. I want to say her friend went by J Wow Wow or something like that. They were on Jersey Shore. And I can't remember what name she went by, but her name is Nicole. Anytime you type in My Reality with Nicole, her channel is the first thing that pops up in a bunch of her videos. Like, you have to scroll through it to find mine. And so I'm like, as well as it didn't really like the title didn't really mention anything with dolls. Does a person's channel have to mention dolls if it's primarily a doll channel? No, but it doesn't hurt to have something like Meet Me at the Dollhouse, because we're at the dollhouse. So that was kind of my thought process, and I ran it by Crystal before I actually imposed it, and like her and I talked it through, and she's like, you know, your thoughts and your reasoning behind it make a lot of sense why you would change it, because your channel has pivoted away from what your initial my brain just literally stopped, things like that. But she's like, you know, you did start off with dolls, yes, more Reborns. Actually, I think it was my Silicone I just had at that time, but I had those, and then I included my kids and my family into it, and I feel like it's evolved more past me, and it never really fully was about me. It's always been more about the dolls. And I mean, even this room, literally in my house, this room is literally called the doll room. Like, if my husband wants the kids to put something in here, he will literally say, go put this in the doll room. And there's a bed here for when my mom comes and stays, and she sits there, and that's my bedroom. No, it's not. And so, like, when she was here, my daughter's like, yeah, since you're staying in the doll room. And so that is what this room is. That is what this room is about. In all honesty, if my mom lived here, we probably wouldn't even have this bed here. I would probably have room I would expand the actual dollhouse. If we're going to be brutally honest, I would probably fill in that wall. And I still have that crib for my dolls, but honestly, their walk-in closet, I've got that changing table in there. I have some of my dolls put up. I don't even know if I would. I still have the crib. I don't have a crib mattress for it though, but I don't even know if I'd set a crib up in here at this point. Like I said, my main focus is American Girl, and then where is she? Oh, she's down in the corner. You can't see her. And then I've got a couple of Ruby Fred fashion friends. But that's primarily what this is about now, with a little bit of reborn type dolls or real carrots and stuff sprinkled in. So that being said, I'll probably do this separately. You guys will probably see this in a few months because, like I said, you know what? I'm going to upload this one earlier. I will probably upload this video as soon as I'm done with this video. And then we will get into this. You'll see this box later. And we will have that discussion because this video has gotten long enough without what's in here. So, I hope everybody has a great day. And I will see you all later. Bye.